Hi, everyone. Brick City Brown Chick with a thought for this week. I want to talk a little bit about the evolution of marriage and the evolution of the husband and wife, or the husband and husband, or the wife and wife, people who are in the marriage. In a couple of weeks, I will be married 25 years. And when we started out, of course, we were young and broke and working and just trying to keep it all together. But one of the things we learned about each other early on in the relationship is that I absolutely love live music. I love going to shows, and my husband can't stand it. It is not his deal at all. He has social anxiety, doesn't like being around a lot of people. He likes the sound of music on vinyl or on CD rather than live. But one of the compromises we made early on is that he would go to shows with me because he liked to see me enjoy myself. He knew how important live music was to me. So, over our last almost 29 years together, we have gone to tons of live shows. Probably not as many as I would have wanted to because, like I said, when we started out, we were young and poor, and I didn't have money for things like concerts. But now that we're at a comfortable place in our life, I probably drag him to more shows than he would like to talk about. So, a couple of months ago, I had seen that Squeeze and Boy George were coming to Northern Virginia, and they were coming to a venue I am not crazy about, and it's got nothing to do with the venue. It's the people. A long time ago, when this venue was first built, there were sort of nothing but white people living in that area, and they really didn't like or appreciate that black people would come into their spaces to come to shows. And that attitude really did show up in the people who came to these shows. So it was a venue I hadn't been to in close to 20 years. But this was a show that I really wanted to see. So my husband said, "Listen, I know I usually go to these things with you, but I cannot get past my feelings about this venue, and I just don't want to go." The show was on a Tuesday night. Now, ironically, it was the night of the debate between 45 and Kamala Harris. And I was like, okay, you know what? You don't want to go, that's fine. That was not my initial thought. My initial thought was probably not something I can say on YouTube. But I thought, okay, if you don't want to go, I'm going to go by myself. Now, I have not been to a show by myself since before I got married. I just haven't. I've either gone with my husband or I've gone with some friends, but I was like, you know what? I'm a grown person. I'm a grown ass woman, and I'm going to go to the show by myself. And I did. And I had a great time. The show was fabulous. The people there, some of them were already really drunk when they got there, which is just amazing to me. You've spent all this money on concert tickets and you're not going to remember the show because you were totally wasted. But whatever, that's how you need to have a good time. And I had a really great time. And I was not at all phased or bothered by being surrounded by couples and being there by myself because I was there for the show and I had a good time. So I am super glad I went. It gave me a different perspective on sort of, dragging my husband kicking and screaming to shows that he really doesn't want to be at. And it also reminded me that when I was single, I used to do everything by myself because I was an only child. That's how I grew up. And so it helped me reconnect to that part of myself that sometimes just wants her own headspace to do her own thing. And I'm really glad I did it because it reminded me of who I was a very long time ago. So I just wanted to share that with people and say, however long you're married, however long you're booed up, as the expression used to go, don't forget to take time out for you and do things you enjoy by yourself so that you're always reminded of who you are and what you want. So I just wanted to quickly share that with everybody. Hope you have a good week. Take care.